40 years, the 8th Congressional District in Tennessee is going to send a Republican to Congress. I believe that person should be someone with life experience and proven leadership, a person with whom experience matters. And I'm here tonight to offer myself as that person for you. I was in Washington recently, in Reagan National Airport. Some of you have been there. I saw a t-shirt that said, "I love my country, it's the government I'm afraid of." And that's more true than we'd like to think. And a philosopher that I just read said, "A patriot is always ready to defend his country against his government." Colonel Hardy knows what I'm talking about on that. We're in a mess in Washington. We have to do something about it. I'm one who believes that this current administration has its heart set on making this a socialist country and throwing our Constitution out the door. We cannot allow that to happen. We must do the things that we have to do, and they are in this order. We need to get rid of Nancy Pelosi. We need to get rid of Harry Reid. And we need to give Barack Obama apparently what he wants, a one-term presidency. Let me tell you a bit about me, Ron Kirkland. I grew up in Union City, Tennessee, attended public schools, graduated from UT Martin, graduated from UT Medical School in Weston. I'm a more recent graduate of UT Knoxville in New York. I graduated this past December with a Master's in Business Administration. So I'm in the young alumni club. I am pro-life. I'm pro-gun. My uncle Turner Kirkland, who some of you know, started Dixie Gun Works up in Union City years ago. I'm for cutting taxes and cutting spending. My idea of a stimulus is to cut taxes and let that money bubble up from the bottom, and that would turn our economy around quicker than anything we can do. I'm for term limits. I'm for traditional marriage. Carroll, would you stand up, honey? My wife of 41 years. She's a retired school teacher. She had a short career, and then she became a mother for a number of years, and now she works for the UT National Alumni Association. I thank you for that. I'm for smaller government, and I'm for a balanced federal budget. I'm a conservative Republican, and I always have been. But we Republicans need to understand that Americans are not just mad at the National Democrat Party. Americans are mad at all of Washington, and rightfully so, because Washington has not been listening to us. I spent 25 years at the Jackson Clinic listening to my patients and trying to help them solve their problems. And when you send me to Washington, I promise I will continue to listen to you and help you solve your problems. And I'm proud that our national party has been the party of no. We have stood up to the health care bill. We have stood up to the cap and trade bill. I'm proud of that. But I agree with Marsha Blackburn when she says we need to be the party of no, K-N-O-W, no. We need to know the problems, and we need to offer some solutions. So what are some of the solutions? Let me ask you some questions. Are you concerned about our national defense and anti-terrorism? I'm a veteran. I served 11 and a half months in Vietnam as an enlisted man, came home as a sergeant. I'm proud that I served our country. I have some strong convictions about national defense. I think that we should not be paying for trials for these terrorists in our country. We should keep Guantanamo open and have those trials down there. As a veteran, I believe some principles. We should never go to war unless we plan to win. And we should never fail to welcome our veterans back home again. Second question, are you concerned about your job and about feeding your family? We all are. I grew up in a business household. When I came back from Vietnam, I started in the family business, the Ben Franklin store. Some of you will remember those. I learned a lot about business at the lower level. When I was at the Jackson Clinic, or I am at the Jackson Clinic, I served for a decade on the board of the Jackson Clinic, 5 years as president and chairman of that board. I learned about health care and about business at that level. I served on the regional board of a bank in Jackson for about 10 years. I learned about the banking industry And I've just told you I recently got my master's in business administration from UT Knoxville. I have the business experience. I have business leadership. Let me say a word to those out of here who are farmers, because I know there's a lot of you here. Farming was the original small business. And when I go to Washington, I will never do anything to harm the farmers in this country. I will never do anything to harm the farming economy in this country. It has to remain strong. It's a matter of national defense. Third question, are you concerned about your health care? All our premiums going up, my premiums going up. Everybody's premiums going up. In addition to taking care of patients in my office on a regular basis, I've also had the profound experience of serving on the board of a trade organization called the American Medical Group Association, which represents the largest medical groups in the country, the Mayo Clinic, the Cleveland Clinic, the Oxford Clinic, the Vanderbilt Clinic, which some of you have been to, and the Jackson Clinic. I've had a role to play in developing policy at the national level, and we've been able to influence that policy at a national level. It's been an extraordinary experience for me to learn from those people. As chairman of that board in 2008, I was able to convince that board to change the mission statement of the American Medical Group Association to focus on patients and providing health care to patients, because that's where we need it. We need the patient and the physician to make the health care decisions in this country. The second thing I'm very proud of that I did with that board was last year, 2009, I led that board to send letters of opposition to the health care bill in the House and the health care bill in the Senate, because that was the right thing to do. We were one of the few medical organizations in the country to do that. As you know, the AMA went along with the president and was used by the president. So that shows medical leadership. It shows medical experience. Final question. Are you concerned about your religious freedom? I want to tell you, I'm proud to tell you, I'm a Christian. I'm a Baptist deacon. My Bible on one hand, my Constitution on the other, are my guidebook. I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. For me, experience matters. I've told you about my experience. I'm available. The bottom line for me is I love this country, but I've never been more concerned about our country than I am right now. I've spent a career trying to heal my patients. I would like to go to Washington and try to heal this country. To do that, I need your vote, I need your financial support, and I also need your prayers. If you want to find out more about me, go to votekirkland.com, or you can go to our Facebook page if you're on Facebook. We have over 1,500 Facebook fans, and we'd love to hit 2,000. And I thank you for this opportunity to speak to you tonight.